Your Excellency, thank you again so much for coming today. It's an honor to have you here at the ICD Academy for Cultural Diplomacy. We very much appreciated your speech, and we would love to have just a few moments to go over a few topics that are close to our hearts, cultural diplomacy and beyond. Ladies first, would you like to begin?
I will start with the first question. So, what is your opinion in the current situation with Ukraine since the war escalated in February? Do you see the current situation in Ukraine like as a war between the West and Russia? What is your advice to the head of the Western countries in this regard? What is your advice to the Ukrainian president, and how do you see this situation? Also, like because Romania is so close to the border with the issue.
Yes, it's a war with many components. It's clear that Russia sees this as a revenge war. It was always, for long, it was our interpretation that Putin is trying to replay the ending of the Cold War, and from this respect, of course, it looks like a war between East and West, but it's not something which was occasioned or wished for by the West. There was a promise there and the hope that Russia will integrate in a democratic family of free nations after the fall of the Berlin Wall. And of course, in this, particularly in this day, I can say this: there was a lot of hope that we can reunite the continent in a democratic, prosperous way, and there was an offer to Russia for that as well. They didn't want to take it, and of course this is the choice of the leadership and of the people who are supporting this leadership. We just hope that we can return to a peaceful and constructive way of talking to Russia, but now is not the moment.
So it's still like an ongoing battle that we don't really know where is the end of this? Do we see light at the end of the tunnel?
Yes, the light at the end of the tunnel will be there when Ukraine will be in the position to free its own territory and to reestablish itself as a sovereign country over its own territory as it has to be. And of course, this is a reason why we do support the fight of Ukraine, and we should do it from Europe all over, from all the countries. I think this knowledge is already established in all the European and not only European capitals that if we do not support Ukraine, then it won't be better for us for many reasons. So this is for us, this engagement is capital. And what I can, you asked about an advice for the president. My advice and our advice, I would say, keep the course and trust that we will support you.
Mm-hmm. So basically, like, Europe's stand is like help Ukrainians to help themselves.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to follow up on that and talk for a moment about the European Union. Since the fall of the Berlin Wall and following the developments since then, the European Union countries, including Germany, have built a vast dependency on the energy resources of Russia. This process was accelerated during the time of President Putin, despite the signals and signs that came from Russia with regards to respect for human rights, hostility towards the West, etc. Despite these signs, the Western countries did not change their dependency, and suddenly in February, without any plan, have declared sanctions on Russia. The EU countries are currently vulnerable and in danger. What, in your opinion, was done wrong in the last 2 decades regarding this issue? And what could the EU do now to prepare for the days after the Ukraine war?
Yeah. No, what we did wrong, it was probably we did not, and I say this as a collective West, if you wish, we did not really read the intentions and the rationale of the Russian leadership. We thought that Moscow, Kremlin, will see things in our own way of thinking. But there is a different rationale there. Bucharest recognized this earlier, and not only Bucharest, also other Eastern countries which were confronted with the aggressivity from Moscow for many years. But this kind of aggressivity was not clearly seen in other European countries. So that's why, probably people were blind, naive, or just wishing to think that that the life will be better and world will be better if we count on dialogue of working together on win-win approaches. This was not the case in Moscow. So now we know it. And it's awfully late, but it's not too late. So we should see the warning signals of this time and prepare for whatever worse situations we might have afterwards. This is the moment that we have not only to show unity, not only to express unity, but to practice unity and solidarity. We have to stick together because, you know, the aggressivity, the danger, the risks are not ending.
Thank you. And now we come to the third question about China. So the tension between China and West is growing and becoming more and more visible. What is the position of Romania on this issue, and how do you think the international community can resolve this issue?
Yes, we do have an approach on China, which is, you know, it is based on a triad of, you know, of understanding of our relationship. It's at the same time, you know, partnership on things that we can discuss with, but also competition and systemic rivalry. We need to, you know, to work with China there where there is an openness, and we do have also, Romania, we do have a good cooperation with China in economic terms and also in cultural terms, but we have to see more realistically and to identify areas where which are problematic, and also to speak loud with China, not loud in the terms that you go in the media, but in direct dialogue, to open and to raise the issues which are problematic for us. And we do this, and it functions. So we do, but we have to be consequent with ourselves as well and understand where our vulnerabilities are and what we can do about them.
Thank you. I will take that. So we're in the Institute of Cultural Diplomacy, and we're always in the hunt of cultural diplomacy. So the last question from all of us, I guess, would be, how important is cultural diplomacy in your opinion, and can you give us some examples how cultural diplomacy is applied in Romania?
Yes. It is important. Cultural diplomacy is not only the fact that we are practicing culture and we are enjoying and we live through culture, and with, you know, this is actually the basis of our human expression. But cultural diplomacy involves also the second part of the expression, which is you know, the institutional promotion of cultural project and of cultural identity. We need to have support and also to display the wealth of our cultural expression also in Romania and in other countries. This is the best path of dialogue with other people. And of course, Romania has, through our cultural institute and also through other programs that we are supporting, we do have ways to support cultural expression, but we still need and we can do more to present ourselves as Romanians through culture.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Excellency, thank you again so much for this second occasion to join you in dialogue, and we benefited greatly from it.
It was an honor to have you
Thank
here
you very
today.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.